Good evening. Stefan was on assignment today. We begin with the latest on a femicide investigation in Barrhaven. A mother is dead, allegedly murdered by her son, who is also accused of attacking his grandmother in their home. Police were called to the house for a wellness check around 9:45 Thursday night on Ashbourne Crescent near the intersection of Cambrian Road and Longfields Drive. CTV's Caitlin Wilson reports.
Last night, I got home and there were a bunch of cop cars. There were like 3 paramedics here as well.
Police tape surrounding a home in Barrhaven where a 60-year-old woman was found dead Thursday night.
An individual arrived at the Hawkesbury Hospital and advised staff there that he had murdered 2 people. He provided the address. Ottawa Police was contacted and a wellness check was conducted at the residence.
Police arriving at the home on Ashbourne Crescent just before 10 p.m. Inside, they say they found the suspect's mother stabbed to death. A second victim, the suspect's grandmother, a woman in her 80s, was also stabbed and seriously injured. She remains in hospital in stable condition.
Around 10, I heard the grandma yelling. I guess they took her into the ambulance.
Dima Sleeman lives nearby and says the suspect moved in about 4 months ago. She says she often spoke with his mother and is shocked by what happened.
She was so nice to my kids. Like, she would say hi, buy them gifts. Yeah, so she was really sweet. So honestly, I'm really sad to hear that she passed away.
A 30-year-old man is now charged with second-degree murder and attempted murder in what police are calling the city's first femicide of the year. And neighbors who did not want to appear on camera say police were frequently at the home where investigators remained on scene, going door to door, trying to piece together what happened.
We're looking for video and we're trying to establish a timeline for the last several days with our accused individual to track his whereabouts.
Caitlin Wilson, CTV News.
One person is dead after a late-night shooting at a strip club in Gatineau. Police were called to Bar 77 on Main Street in the Lac-Beauchambeau district around 11:30 Thursday night. When officers arrived, they found a victim with serious injuries who was pronounced dead at the scene. The victim has not been identified. Police say an investigation is underway to determine the circumstances surrounding the shooting. Ontario Provincial Police are investigating a fatal crash on Highway 417 in rural West Ottawa. The single vehicle collision happened around 6 o'clock Friday morning on the westbound 417 between Panmure Road and Kinburn Side Road. Police say a sedan was in the ditch when officers arrived on scene. The driver and lone occupant, a 56-year-old man from Arnprior, was pronounced dead at the scene. The westbound lanes on the highway were closed for several hours for the crash investigation. And a 25-year-old woman is in hospital with life-threatening injuries after she was struck by a vehicle in Alexandria, about 100 meters southeast of Ottawa. According to OPP, the woman was struck when she was walking at the intersection of Kenyon and Main Streets around 3 p.m. Thursday. The investigation is ongoing. All right, now we'll have our first check of weather. We've got a live look, though, first through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We're sitting at 7 degrees here in Ottawa. We'll go over to CTV's Jackie Paris for our first check on weather. Jackie.
Well, we've got mainly clear skies for our overnight. There is a little bit of a weather activity just to the west of us. This is really focusing on the GTA, but it shouldn't likely hit Ottawa at all. We are anticipating a bit of some cloud cover, but mainly sunny skies for our Saturday, and this trend will likely continue into the weekend and the start of early next week. Temperature-wise, another double-digit day. 13 degrees is the anticipated daytime high. We will anticipate some heavy winds moving through up to 50 kilometers per hour around the noon hour, but we should clear up by the time puck drops if you are heading outside or checking out a patio. We'll get a closer look at your long-term forecast in just a bit.
Well, thank you, Jackie. Well, the exhaustion has set in Gatineau. Floodwaters are stabilizing, but many properties are still surrounded by water. Officials warned a second flood peak could happen in the coming weeks, and as CTV's Natalie Van Roy tells us, residents who've been in this position multiple times over the last decade say officials need to do better at mitigating flood risks and handling the aftermath.
Homes in Gatineau still surrounded by water nearly 1 week into the flood. Sump pumps going at all times of the day.
Because the river comes up so high that it's not going to stop. It's even 10 sump pumps. It's going to slow it down, but still damage can happen. The water comes out through the wall. And then we have
Farhad Darakhshan and his family getting by, but it's not easy.
At what cost? Like, who's supposed to pay for this? And it's very inconvenient. We don't have toilets because all the sewer system is backed up. by the water from the river. It fills it up, so you can't use the toilet, you have to rent it.
As many streets and neighborhoods remain flooded, residents are raising questions and asking for more help.
The road, it's never closed down in time. Some of them are racing through the flooded waters like it's a Jeep commercial. No warnings here in Gatineau, but we see lots of families strolling around inspecting the flood zone, inhaling this contaminated dust along with the rest of the residents.
Gatineau's mayor says the response to the flood will be studied.
Public hearing that are planned in the next few months. Those measures needs to be planned with Quebec and with experts as well, because we know that when we save some neighbor, when we build, for instance, a permanent dike, we might flood other people elsewhere, so we need to be very vigilant.
The mayor says 95 households have registered with the Disaster Relief Centre, with 41 people in temporary lodging through the Red Cross. The city of Gatineau says the highest peak was around April 22nd, when around 190 buildings could have been flooded. Some roads will start to reopen this weekend.
There's a risk of erosion as well as possible damages to the street. So before we reopen the road, we will make sure that the streets are still safe.
Even as waters recede, people who live here say they don't want to live through this again.
Some people are really suffering. Their basement is flooded bad.
Natalie Van Roy, CTV News.
Ottawa police are taking action to address a growing trend of organized retail theft in the city, particularly at the Rideau Centre. The new retail theft program launched on April 1st. It's a collaboration between Ottawa Police and the Rideau Centre and its retailers. Police say groups are stealing merchandise in large quantities totaling thousands of dollars, which they resell for profit. Now, as part of the pilot, investigators are tracking repeated thefts so police can better focus their enforcement. The data gathered will help identify patterns and connections of theft.
So when we present a case to court, instead of the Crown seeing one charge of theft, what they're seeing is a better impact of what that individual might be doing, where it may be multiple cases of theft. And then with that, they'll see the impact, like dollar value, the cost of the stores, the retailers, and everything else.
Since its launch, police say the pilot program has already supported about 300 theft-related charges and helped consolidate more than 100 retail theft files from repeat offenders. The pilot project will run until the end of September. The Ottawa Police Service is demoting a constable after he used the police database to search for information on his ex-partners and other members of the public, including women he met at the gym. Constable Jerome Rahiba Stevens pleaded guilty to failure to comply with procedures and undermining public trust. According to an agreed statement of facts, he conducted more than 60 unauthorized searches of Ministry of Transportation and police databases. He was demoted from first-class constable to second-class for 18 months. And we're learning new details tonight about why Global Affairs is delaying the back-to-office mandate for its employees. The department tells CTV News Ottawa it's because of a lack of office space, citing a multi-year renovation project at its headquarters on Sussex Drive and in other buildings across the National Capital Region. Global Affairs employees will be able to continue working in the office 3 days a week. Meantime, there will be some exceptions when it comes to who will be able to apply for the government's early retirement incentive. Frontline officers and staff in operational roles at the Canada Border Services Agency and the RCMP are not eligible for the program. Now, the program is part of the government's plan to reduce the size of the federal public service. Bill 97, the Ford's government spring budget, has received royal assent.
This government will see this as an opportunity to destroy records.
Ontario NDP leader Mart Stiles says she remains concerned about the changes of the Freedom of Information legislation. In addition to the Premier, cabinet ministers and their staff are exempt from Freedom of Information requests under the new law. Resale ticket prices in Ontario will be capped starting next week. Ticketmaster Canada says soon fans won't be able to resale their tickets for more than the original costs. It follows amendments to the Ticket Sales Act that make it illegal for tickets to live events to be resold for more than the all-in purchase price, and that includes fees and taxes. The province says it's eyeing penalties of up to $10,000 for ticket businesses that break the new rules.
I used to have to see I think at least twice as many patients, maybe 3 times as many in the same time period.
Well, still to come, Ontario is seeing a sharp jump in U.S. trained physicians crossing the border and registering to work here in the province. The Ottawa Carleton District School Board is expected to cut dozens of teacher positions next school year. The board plans to eliminate 83 teacher positions and 2 principal and vice principal positions because of declining enrollment. The provincially appointed supervisor is now overseeing the 2026-27 budget. Well, the province is seeing a sharp increase in the number of American health professionals moving north to come to work in Ontario. In the last year, close to 600 U.S. trained physicians have registered in the province, and many of them in Ottawa. CTV's Leah LaRocque has one doctor's story.
It's a walk to work that's starting to feel more like home for Dr. Jennifer Carnahan.
I think Ottawa is an amazing city.
The American doctor, originally from Indiana, moved here to take a new job at the Ottawa Hospital in geriatric medicine in February.
A lot of what we have to do in the United States is learn the health insurance system very well so that we are able to secure the best resources for our patients.
After years of working in the American private healthcare system, frustration was growing. On top of that, a rapidly changing political situation under the Trump administration.
It may sound a little bit extreme to say, but it did start to feel like health services research, medicine, science, it did start to feel like that was starting to come under attack.
She looked up north and found opportunity.
The Ottawa Hospital is very well known internationally.
The Ottawa Hospital says among the international recruits over the past 3 years, nearly 60% have been from the United States, totaling 22 physicians. In 2025, 570 U.S. physicians registered to work in Ontario. That's a 174% increase compared to 2024. The Ministry of Health says they've taken action by making it easier for U.S. licensed nurses and physicians to move to and practice in Ontario.
Is that there's a very different ethos of care here.
Carnahan says there are even social network groups growing of American doctors who are interested in moving to Canada.
In terms of the burden on time, it's actually kind of a luxury. I used to have to see, I think, at least twice as many patients, maybe 3 times as many in the same time period.
But now she's looking forward to a special rite of passage for all Ottawa residents.
I looked out the window and I saw people skating, like right when I first arrived, and I got so excited. It's like, there they are. So my goal for next winter is to actually skate on the canal. I'm hoping that happens.
Leah LaRocque, CTV News.
Well, no skating on the canal anytime soon. There's been some great weather here in the Ottawa area. Dare I say things are warming up? We'll check in with Jackie Perez for an extended look at the forecast now. Jackie.
Well, things are going to be cooling down this evening to about 1 degree for our overnight, but the clear skies will carry us into tomorrow morning. Take a look at these temperatures. 13 degrees, the anticipated daytime high. Lots of sunshine, but again, the winds are going to be quite strong between about 10 a.m. to around 1 p.m. and it should settle down by the time the game rolls around here in Ottawa. And if you are heading outside to enjoy the Sens game, bundle up in terms of a light jacket. You can leave the toque. You can leave the umbrellas at home as well. Now, tonight's lows across Eastern Ontario sitting around 1 degree. Some parts like Montreal around -1, but clear skies will carry through. Meanwhile, tomorrow's daytime highs, double-digit temperatures, 13 in Pembroke, 14 in Kittigan-Zibi, about 13 in Kemptville, 14 degrees in Montreal. A closer look now at Sunday in terms of conditions. Again, it's actually going to be less cloud cover than what we are seeing for Saturday moving in, and this will carry us into Monday where we are going to see a 20-plus degree day. Take a look at this trending numbers here. 13 for our Saturday, 18 in sun for Sunday. Monday, 21 degrees. Tuesday, 22. It won't be until Wednesday, Thursday we could see some precipitation moving in, but temperatures will still remain in the double-digit mark.
Thanks, Jackie. After starting this season 1-2 on the road, Atletico Ottawa kicks off its home opener this weekend at TD Place Stadium.
To be able to play in front of them and maybe release the pressure that we had at the start, it's going to be good. So we're excited.
This will be Atletico's first home game since the team won the Canadian Premier League championships with that infamous icicle kick last year. Now, earlier this week, there were concerns about the state of the pitch, but Atletico's head coach says it is in good condition. The team hosts Vancouver FC Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Well, the last remaining original Red Black is hanging up his cleats. Nigel Romick says he's retiring after 11 seasons and 128 games with the team. The defensive lineman was selected by the Red Blacks in the third round of the 2014 CFL draft ahead of the inaugural season. Romick helped the franchise to 3 Grey Cup appearances, including winning the championship in 2016.
It's a very rewarding and fulfilling role to be in, especially to see people, start to have hope for the future.
Well, after the break, we get a look inside the Royal, where the Mental Health Center is working on research and treatment for patients recovering from mental illness. All washrooms at LRT Line 1 stations are open again. OC Chanceville closed the washrooms for more than 2 months ago for safety concerns related to drug use and vandalism. Now, staff say they've completed a risk assessment and have installed new needle drop boxes. There will also be enhanced monitoring of the washrooms. Line 1 has bathrooms at Tunney's Pasture, Bayview, Herdman, and Blair stations. The Royal, on the forefront of mental health care, has begun a major expansion with an urgent care center, new treatments, and research to improve results for people struggling with mental illness. CTV's Peter Sperling has a behind-the-scenes look.
So that's the pulse.
Technicians at the Royal, Rosalie and Camila, are demonstrating the brain's power.
So as I send a pulse,
magnetic pulses to the head, triggering her right hand to move.
It just feels like a light tap and then my finger moving. Yet you'd think that I was the one moving it, but no.
It's part of a process for patients at the Neuromodulation Research Clinic, where staff are advancing treatment of difficult-to-treat depression.
It's a very rewarding and fulfilling role to be in, especially to see people, start to have hope for the future.
For those for whom it works, we really see a big change. So I'll just bring you in.
The Royal opening its doors with a tour for media showcasing what's possible in mental illness and addiction care.
we've got a nice, large, bright waiting.
And a look at the brand new urgent care clinic, expected to open late June.
For people experiencing a mental health crisis.
According to the Royal, it's not an emergency department, but an alternative service designed to ease pressure on local ERs.
Our region's first walk-in crisis mental health clinic. So it's really going to be a game changer in terms of how people access support in our region.
With an emphasis on research, there are a variety of programs and clinics at the Royal, from the Sleep Research Clinic to specializing in ketamine treatment at the BMO Innovative Clinic for Depression.
Here in our clinic, one of our goals is to offer access to novel treatments for difficult-to-treat depression.
A substance use and concurrent disorder program offering same-day rapid access to addiction support when people need it most. And helping to understand how the brain relates to mental illness and addiction at the Brain Imaging Center.
I think for us it's a really big step forward.
The Royal plans a major fundraising campaign in the coming months, as much of this research is funded by donations, not the government.
I think there's a palpable excitement here across the organization that we're doing things differently and we're really stepping up and leaning into our accountabilities.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
We decided to use VR as a way of transporting them, moving them to a different reality in which they can be more engaged and entertained.
A new virtual reality program is helping seniors living with dementia stay active. It's designed to get older adults moving while sparking memories and engagement. OPP are reminding Eastern Ontario residents that it is bear season. A resident in the Port Elmsley area just west of Smiths Falls spotted a mother bear and her cubs while out on a walk on Friday. Black bears are looking for food after coming out of hibernation and will wander into urban areas. They're commonly attracted to pet food and garbage, and if you see a bear posing an immediate threat, call 911. A new virtual reality program is helping seniors with dementia stay active. And as CTV's Spencer Turcott tells us, there's hope researchers can expand the technology for use at home and in other therapy programs.
and reading my instructions.
It may look like a video game, but for some seniors living with dementia, it's a chance to reconnect. Inside the Adult Recreation Therapy Center in Brantford, 84-year-old Donna Nowacki slips on a virtual reality headset and suddenly she's no longer in the room. She's on the water.
Tricky, he moves. He takes turns very quickly.
Wilfrid Laurier University researchers watch along as her experience plays out in real time on a nearby TV. The game is called Seize the Day, and unlike other VR games, it's designed specifically to get older adults moving while sparking memories and engagement.
Participants can be engaged doing certain activities that we know they miss. We know they like doing. We know that they have been there before.
With movements like rowing, fishing, reaching, users build strength and coordination. But for those with dementia, the benefits go deeper. The immersive scenes are designed to feel familiar, calming, even nostalgic.
We have a cottage on Lake Erie, and so it did remind me of some of the lake activities that we did there.
We're doing it in a way that is therapeutically correct, as opposed to something that will potentially generate an injury.
Each motion is carefully designed alongside therapists, gradually increasing intensity without overwhelming the user. And there's a playful side too.
The one I caught 12 fish once. Yeah, 12 fish.
The game encourages users to beat their own score, turning therapy into something they actually want to do. For researchers, that motivation is key. Traditional rehab can feel repetitive, but this approach keeps people coming back.
I noticed change in self-confidence.
But the goal is much bigger than this room.
I'm collaborating with Sick Kids Hospital in a very similar project, in this case for children with ADHD.
While this session is focused on seniors with dementia, researchers say the same technology could be adapted for stroke recovery and children's mental health, turning exercise into escape and moments into memories. Spencer Turcott, CTV News, Brantford.
Right, coming up, her cat was a talker, so she decided to record and share the conversations online. We meet the local internet sensation next.
Ottawa is always on the move.
We're a big city
with a laid-back vibe.
Where foodies love their sweets.
And markets bursting with flavor.
Wrapped up in waterways.
And hot summer days.
This is a city where culture is on display.
And the future
meets the past.
Where people come together.
Always proud.
Often loud. Whee!
And positively the best place to live.
We move with you, Ottawa!
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sanaya Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Well, here's another live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We're still sitting at 7 degrees in the capital. And we've got another final look at weather. Let's head back to Jackie Paris for one more look, including your wake-up weather.
All right, that wake-up weather still quite cool out, 1 degree, or I should say -1 to kick things off, but it's going to warm up, I promise. Sunny skies is going to take us to about 13 degrees. Yes, we are in for double-digit temperatures and much warmer temperatures for Monday and Tuesday. A reminder that Wednesday, Thursday, we could likely see the return of some rain moving in, but quite different story for our friends out east and out west, where they are getting lots of snow moving in this weekend.
Thank you, Jackie. A local cat owner can't imagine starting the day without a little conversation from her feline friend. Well, Cassidy Howard says she'd never owned a cat before until Bean came into her life. She thought the meowing was a little unusual, but the vet told her Bean was just chatty. So she started recording and posting their conversations on social media every morning around 10 a.m. since the pandemic. Cassidy adds subtitles to the videos and creates funny stories. People really love them because the Beauty and the Bean account has won a Webby in the animal social category. Very chatty cat. That's for sure. All right, well, that's CTV News for this Friday, April the 24th. CTV News continues online anytime with our digital team, keeping you up to date at ctvnewsottawa.ca. For all of us here at CTV News, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again right throughout the weekend. Have a good one.